One of Republican candidate Rand Paul's super PACs is suspending its fundraising efforts. On America's Nohely Mendoza has more on why the head of PurplePac is not spending any more money on the senator's campaign.
Well, following the dropout of former Texas Governor Rick Perry and Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker, many believe the next candidate to throw in the towel is Kentucky Senator Rand Paul. In a tweet on Tuesday, GOP frontrunner Donald Trump said he is driving Rand Paul out of the race and predicts Paul will drop out soon. And Trump may be right, as it's not looking too good for the candidate. That's because Rand Paul just lost one of 3 super PACs devoted to supporting his candidacy.
PurplePac, which is committed to libertarian-oriented candidates and promoting libertarian issues, announced this week it will no longer fund the 52-year-old. Cato Institute co-founder and PurplePac head Ed Crane says Paul has sacrificed his libertarian views while attempting to salvage his presidential campaign. PurplePac says it will not raise money for Paul until it's convinced he has reevaluated and redirected his strategy. Speaking to Politico, Crane says, "I want to grab Rand by the lapels and say, what are you doing? I'm a big fan of Rand Paul, but whatever motivates his campaign, I don't get it." In late July, the super PAC revealed it raised over $1.3 million cash in its mid-year fundraising report. Now, one of Paul's aides is speaking out against PurplePac, saying the group hasn't, quote, lifted a finger to help his campaign. He says because of this, the PAC won't impact Paul's run. Crane, however, says Paul's views are what are causing him to plummet in the polls.
In fact, in 2 separate state polls released by One American News this week, Paul is at less than 3% support in both Iowa and South Carolina. So far, Paul has raised a combined $13 million between his campaign and super PACs, a fraction of many of his rivals. Only time will tell if Paul will raise enough to continue his 2016 run. Nohely Mendoza, One American News.